If I had a time machine, well, there's the obvious. I would go back in time. I would place a series of sports bets that I knew the outcome of, and I would make millions of dollars. It's much like what Biff Tannen did in Back to the Future 2, if you remember that. In fact, it has my favorite line from the movie where he swaps out the almanac, the sports almanac, for a gentleman's magazine.
Yes! No! Ooh la la! Ooh la la! Ooh la la! Ah.
Yeah, that's so funny. That's my favorite. Ooh la la! It's so funny. I laugh every time. Anyway, so there's the obvious. I would do that, right? And then, you also, people talk about going back in time and maybe stopping the Kennedy assassination or killing Hitler or whatever. But what I would do is I would speed through part of the year, and that's winter. I would get up to this time of year, which is that time between Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's my favorite time of year. I love the holidays. And I would, enjoy Thanksgiving dinner. I would enjoy the days up to Thanksgiving, up to Christmas. And then a few days after Christmas, I would jump in my time machine and I would fast forward to April. Because I don't enjoy the cold weather. The cold weather is not for me, but whatever, And then my second favorite time of the year is around 4th of July. But yeah, so anyways, so that being said, I've got my Thanksgiving kick off the holiday soap to use, and that is Stirling Soap Company Pumpkin Spice. This is a great soap. Sadly, I get a tiny bit of irritation from it, kind of right around here. It does have a little bit of cinnamon and spice and whatnot mixed in with it, and I do get a little bit of a reaction, but it's worth it for me because it's just such a beautiful scent. So that's the soap I'll be using. I've used that a couple of times on this channel. Again, it's my favorite time of year, so it's like I like to bust it out, and I'm almost out, so I definitely need to pick up some more of that, or at least some sort of new holiday scent. I've talked about that also on this channel, that I plan on picking up a new holiday scent. So something cool that I'm going to try in the shave, not just these videos, but this is an absolute 100% first time for me. I am going to use a true straight razor. This is a gold dollar. It says 1996. I know nothing about straight razors. I really don't. I know hardly anything. I know they can get quite pricey. This one was fairly cheap. I purchased this on eBay like a year and a half ago maybe, and I've been afraid, I don't want to say afraid to use it, but just hesitant to use it. If you remember, I've cut myself pretty bad. I cut myself with a shavette pretty bad like a year ago, and I don't know, I've just kind of been reluctant to bust this out. And I was thinking the other day, I'm like, do it. Just do it. Like, bust it out. So I've been practicing quite a bit with that, my Parker shavette. I actually have a couple. I've got one right here. Let me show it. So this is the SRX. It's known as the heavyweight. And I've been using this quite a bit recently. And I've got to the point where I can pretty much make it through a shave without any issues. I did kind of maybe nick myself a little down here the other day with it, but I've actually heard that these are less forgiving than an actual straight razor. So we'll see. This is my first time ever using a true straight razor. Again, it's cheap. It's not a super expensive one. It is shave ready. I bought it from a guy. I can't remember his name, but I bought it from him on eBay. Literally like 35 or 40 bucks. It's not the greatest quality, but it's just my starter. If I enjoy using this razor, then I might very well invest in a better straight razor. Who knows? I don't know. I also have a pretty cheap strop. It's over here. I've got it attached to the my towel rack here. So I guess I'll use that a couple of times. Again, I've never used a strop. This is all new to me. I want you guys to comment and stuff and recommend. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me what I need to do different or whatever. So anyways, yeah, so that's that. If need be, I'll clean everything up with this very conservative Merkur. It's the 1907, is that the right? 1903, 1907, it's 1900 something. But it's like, you know, a Merkur. This is my first safety razor, so if I need to bail, this will be what gets me out of that. I've got a Ladas blade. A few times I've used this blade. I mean, I'm jumping all over the place here. Let's go back to the lather bowl. I'll be using a DS Cosmetic kind of teal colored lather bowl, and I'll be using a Yaqi pink 24 millimeter brush. This is a great brush. I really like this brush. I've always gotten very, very good results with that synthetic brush. And then finally here, I'll be wrapping things up with the Sweet Rum by Clubman. This pairs very well. I don't have the matching splash for the for this pumpkin spice, but they're both kind of spicy and kind of, you know, cinnamony kind of. Oh, and then I'll also be using my cube, my glow cube, as a pre-shave. Kind of a sweet root beer scent. It's all, this is a very sweet shave, so it kind of, it goes well with those. So that's everything that I'll be using. Let's go ahead and go down to the lather right now. I've already splashed a little bit of water on top of the soap a minute or two ago just to kind of start softening it up. I've obviously put way more soap in there than I'll actually need, but you know, I like to get a nice big fat lather for the videos. And you know, I'm about to use up that soap, so it's more incentive to buy soap, which the wife's totally cool with as long as I'm, you know, actually using my soaps. So start working the lather here with this Yaqi brush. I'm loving this big bowl. It's great. I've used it with, like, I've got that big 30 millimeter Yaqi, and it's plenty of room. Plenty of room. Add a splash of water. Oh, I may have added a little too much. It'll be okay though. Not concerned. I love how it's got the high walls. A lot of people like a bowl with shallower walls. I'm a big fan of the high walls. I think that's perfect. I know it's not like filling the bowl, but I think that'll work. I think it's good. You'll see. Trust me. Trust me. Okay, welcome back. Before I apply that to my face, let me bust out this cube and I will wash my face here. I've got several days growth. You can see I've got probably haven't shaved in like 4 days. So this straight razor has its work cut out for it. The glow cube still glows. It's a couple of years old, but it totally still glows in the dark. My oldest daughter, every now and then, she'll kind of see it and she'll be like, "Hey Dad, can you make the soap glow?" So I do. It's fun. We both enjoy it. Hold it up to the light for a minute. Let it build a charge. And then turn out the lights. It's fun. Man, so again, my last video had some technical issues as well as like, it's kind of down in the dumps, the whole not being able to smell or taste. Fortunately, that's pretty much all back. So I'm very excited to be able to smell my soaps again. Not that I really did take it for granted, but now I definitely do not take that for granted. Alright, let me hand scrub that a bit. Do you guys have any interesting Thanksgiving traditions. My grandmother used to always make us, like, you know, before we could eat, we had to say what we were thankful for and stuff. Went to my oldest daughter's, like, Thanksgiving celebration at her school, and all the kids were asked to, like, say what they were thankful for. Most of them, it was like tacos and various cartoon characters and stuff. Funny stuff. Kids are so funny. For me, like recent, you know, the last couple of years, I've been thankful that everybody's healthy, you know. Not just COVID, but gosh, you know, as I get older, I hurt myself occasionally. The whole dislocated shoulder incident a year and a half ago. Just thankful that people are able to get up each morning and start a new day. But yeah, I'm thankful I can smell and taste. Although I do have a little bit of a cold right now, you can hear the sniffle. It is already quite cold here in Wisconsin. I've already had to shovel, not use a snowblower, and gosh, nothing like they got recently in Buffalo, New York. Holy snopes. I mean, I know that's lake effect snow. We don't get lake effect snow where I'm at. But wow. Drifts like over people's houses and stuff. It's crazy. Snow joke, man. Snow joke. I've never really been a pun guy. I'm not very good at puns. Okay. So, alright, let me go ahead and put on the lather here. Put some water on my face. Oh yeah. That is holiday, the burst of holiday onto my face. I need to get a haircut. Well, I will have to get a haircut pretty recently. You've probably heard me say in the past that I used to be a meteorologist. Well, I mean, I'll always be a meteorologist, but I used to be a weather guy on the air, you know, on TV. The station I used to work for has asked me to come back and fill in some. I'm very excited about that. It's an honor to still be in such good graces with them that they were like, hey, we'd like you to come back. We'd like you to fill in some if you were willing. And I totally was, so that's cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to get a haircut and clean myself up a bit. That's gonna be in December and then a little bit in January as well. Just a few shifts, but still, it'll be fun. Okay, I guess I'm gonna strap this. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm gonna give it a shot. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Okay. I like to do just one pinky out here and then 3 up here. I feel like I have good control when I do that. Okay. Let's clear this up a bit. I've also never really been able to do the whole reach over. I mean, I guess I kind of could. A lot of times I just do it like this. I'm going to try just doing it like this. Here we go. I think I'm going to reach up. It's not bad. It definitely doesn't feel like it's mowing through it the way like a little split, double-edged razor works. It takes a lot of hair out though. Look right there. It definitely took out some hair. Let me wet this a little bit more. I appreciate y'all's patience. Okay, that worked a little bit. See, I find it hard to like pull my skin tight because it's slippery because of soap. Wow. Okay, it's working, kind of. I 100% know that this is a learning process. I know that on my first go of it, I'm not going to just be like, wow, this is amazing. I know my first few times using a double-edged razor were not the most successful. Speaking of the time machine, I would not want to miss the Super Bowl. So I'd get through Christmas, fast forward up to the Super Bowl, and then fast forward up to like March. I'd fast forward up to Super Bowl Sunday. What would I do about my job? Well, wouldn't need a job. I'd make all that money from those sports bets. Okay, what do I think I've learned so far from kind of just doing this hack job over here? I think I need less growth. I think I need like just 1 day's growth. Because it's definitely not just mowing through like I've heard that a straight razor can. Maybe it's because it's kind of a cheap razor. It is a razor. I had to think about that. Because yeah, if I go back to a part here like I've already done, I feel like it's working better. Otherwise, if I were to like wash my face now, it's very like patchy looking. It's a learning curve. Hope some of you guys aren't watching and just cringing. Let's switch to the other side, just for fun. I've gotten way better at using my left hand. I'm also way less nervous than I was, say, like the first time that I used a shavette. I don't want to apply too much pressure. They say let the blade do the work, but it's really not just cutting. It's not cutting all that great. And I can't really pull it any tighter here, and it's still kind of catching. You know what I'm going to do? Here. I'm going to kind of re-lather, and I'm going to do the Merkur. And then I'm going to kind of go back with the straight. I'm going to do, because I really think it's hanging up on the fact that I have so much growth. And my thought is that it's just because it's kind of an inferior razor. Because I've seen video of dudes just mowing through, you know, like a beard, basically. So, I forgot to load the blade. Bear with me. So I'm attempting something this Thanksgiving. I don't know how it's going to go over with the family, but I'm attempting a clear pumpkin pie. I hate pumpkin pie. Have y'all seen this clear pumpkin pie? It's a legit thing. It's basically pumpkin flavored Jell-O. That's clear. So watch, what I'll do is I'll let y'all know how the clear pie goes. So I'm doing a super quick, down and dirty shave with this Merkur. Just to get it less thick. Okay. So now I'm going to re-lather. And I'm going to go back with the straight. Yeah, I can totally feel that there's still hair there. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, see, that feels a little better. It's not having to mow through, like, my hair grows very thick and it is very coarse. Yeah, that's better. So, what I'll probably do is use this on, like, the next time I shave. But I'll make sure that I don't have, like, 5 days growth that I'm trying to cut through. Flip to the other side. Yeah, what's better? You know, my last video was about Anthony Esposito, the Stallion. I think he uses these gold dollars. I'll have to go back and look. Yeah, I think he's a big fan of these gold dollar razors. I usually don't do a third pass, but I'm going to kind of do a third pass. Take my Merkur, go against the grain, and finish this up. Yeah. I'll have to kind of keep exploring that. One reason that I've kind of been reluctant to go into straights, I like to be self-sufficient. And I want to be able to hone my own razor. I know that's a huge undertaking. I know they sell whetstones online and they're hella cheap, but you get what you pay for. And I totally understand that. And I know that's kind of possibly the case with this razor, you know. Buy a higher quality razor and you're going to get better shaves. I get that. But this is my intro and I didn't want to, like, you know, kind of like I would never recommend even like a Rockwell 6S to somebody that's brand new to wet shaving. I own one, but that's after like 7 or 8 years of wet shaving, right? I would recommend to somebody start out a $20 to $25 razor, even like a vintage Gillette that they buy on eBay. And then if they like it, then maybe buy a better razor, a more quality razor. Same thing with soaps. Start with just cheap soap. If you enjoy the hobby, then start collecting, start getting those higher quality soaps. I used to be real big into mountain biking. I still ride some, but I mean, I was really big in my younger days. And, you know, there's mountain biking Facebook groups that I follow. And people would dog on guys that had like Walmart bicycles. And I always liked the people that defended those guys, because they would say, you know, I bought a cheap Walmart bike, and yeah, they're not very good, but it introduced me to cycling, and now I own a quality multi-$1,000 bicycle in some instances. Those people wouldn't have gone out and dropped $5,000 on a bicycle, and they probably would not have been happy with it. You spend $100 on a bike. If you enjoyed it, then you upgrade to $300 or $400 bike. If you're still enjoying it, then you upgrade to a $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 bike. You know, it's a process. So I buy a cheap razor. I spend $35 on it. if I do enjoy it over the next few months or year or so, then maybe I upgrade to like $100 and $150, you know, razor. If I'm still shaving with it and I enjoy that better quality, then I upgrade again. Same thing with the banjo. You know, you guys know I kind of play the banjo. There are like $10,000 banjos out there. More. Somebody who's like brand new into like playing banjo should never spend that much on their first banjo. I'm still on my first banjo and it's $300, $400 maybe. But if I ever upgrade, I want to make sure that like I'm playing more, even more than I do now. I don't play as much as I would like. But yeah, there's no shame in starting off but people do need to understand, in some cases, higher quality does give you better performance. Musical instruments are a perfect example. $1,000 guitar is not going to make a beginner play any better, but it will make playing it easier, and a seasoned musician, almost said magician, a seasoned musician will be able to play an expensive instrument better in most cases. I own one guitar, or two guitars, but I've played a couple of guitars that are like thousands of dollars. They play really nice. I'm not that good of a player. Anyways, okay, that's enough of my yapping. Let's do the aftershave and let's bail. It's that Clubman sweet rum. Hey, no burn, so I didn't nick myself. And honestly, I had less of a reaction, I think, from the pumpkin soap. So maybe my skin is getting better. I don't know. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching. Happy holidays to everybody. Yeah, just stay safe out there, and happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays. I'll have more videos before Christmas.